The presidency last night justified the presidential pardon granted to former governors Joshua, Dariye, and Jolly Nyame, saying that it was in line with the constitutional provisions. The presidency also said that the pardon will in no way affect the fight against corruption, adding that the two governors were selected based on their health conditions. Since last week, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, announced that 159 persons have been granted presidential pardon. The President Muhammadu Buhari-led government has been heavily criticized, especially with the inclusion of the aforementioned former governors that were convicted for corruption offenses. But the presidency, in a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Gabashew, has come in defense of President Buhari, saying his action was in good faith. The statement reads, "The presidency wishes to throw light on the recent note presented to the Council of State on the report of Presidential Advisory Committee on the prerogative of mercy, PACPM, as a culmination of a process begun by the convicts and other concerned in line with the Constitution. Section 175 of 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, enjoins the President to exercise his constitutional powers to grant any person concerned with or convicted of any offense created by an act of National Assembly a pardon, either free or subject to lawful conditions, to grant respite, either for an indefinite or a specified period of the execution of any punishment imposed on that person for such an offense, substitute a less severe form of punishment imposed on that person for such an offense, or remit the whole or any part of any punishment imposed on the person for such an offense, or penalty or forfeiture otherwise due to the state on account of such an offense." The federal government constituted the PACPM on August 28, 2018, with the mandate of assisting the President in discharge of his constitutional responsibility of granting pardon and clemency to convicts or ex-convicts in deserving cases. The committee filed its first report in March 2020 and reconvened on Thursday, 28 September 2021 to attend to the myriad of pending applications for presidential pardon and clemency from Nigerians across the country. These accrued cases followed the established process of applying for pardon or clemency, first to the Correctional Service, formerly Nigerian Prison Services, which must certify claims made, be they of life-threatening ill health, as in the case of Governors Dariye, Nyame, John Joshua Ulo, Engineer Umar Bamali, Sahad Ayinla, Alamu, Charles Iyanutu, Akinwumi Ajayi, and tens of others, making the approved list of 159, or such cases arising from remorse and good conduct or plainly on the basis of compassion, among other stated criteria. The PACPM members, under the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, followed up the recommendations with a visit to selected correctional centers in several states of the Federation to critically appraise and identify potential cases of convicts and ex-convicts before recommending them for presidential pardon and clemency and reduced sentences. In this round of the exercise, 412 inmates were interviewed and 162 were recommended to the Council of State by the President in the exercise of his powers, pursuant to Section 175 of 2, which requires that he should carry out his function after being advised by the Council. Clearly, the presentation of the Council of State meeting last week, attended by former presidents, a former Chief Justice, and 36 states and the FCT, along the lines of its statutory membership, was a culmination of a rigorous process regulated and guided by the law, which was not in any case designed to achieve a political purpose. While it is natural that the cases of the ex-governors, two among many, would excite political analysts coming at a time when elections are in the air. The president would, at the same time, have come across as insensitive and cruel to most people where he have ignored very compelling cases recommended for pardon made to him because someone is a former governor. Even governors have the right to be treated fairly under the law. President Buhari assures the nation that nothing done here was intended to achieve a political end or send a revisionist message on the relentless war against corruption, which he has ably and evidently led by personal examples. President Muhammadu Buhari, after a lot of backlash and criticism, reactions regarding the presidential pardon, we know two people stand out, two former governors. He's trying to justify the reason behind his action, that most of the reason was based on medical reports, illness that has nothing to do with the 2023 elections that is just around the corner. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, we know he was one of those who spoke against this, and he was even mocking EFCC and all of the anti-graft agencies. And he told President Muhammadu Buhari then there is no use for EFCC if after the judges, everyone has spent sleepless nights in cases and everything they've gone through. At the end of the day, you're just going to let them walk. Then there is no use for the anti-corruption agencies. To Wike, he feels that Buhari is not fighting any corruption. He's not fighting corruption. But we know presidency, they will always defend President Muhammadu Buhari. What were we even expecting? That he will come and say, oh, and that's true. We are not, we didn't do well. We are not really fighting corruption. They would always defend him. A lot of reasons, and they try to back it up with the constitution, that the constitution gives room for presidential pardon based on different circumstance, be it health, or the person is now remorse, or the person is now changed in character and all of that. In the correctional facilities, let's not forget that there are many people who are there even unjustly. They are not meant to be there. There are many people who have been waiting for their cases to be tried. There are many innocent people in there. They have not looked at all of those. Well, leave us your own take. This is the justification President Muhammadu Buhari has given to those criticizing and attacking that he's not fighting corruption. He's stating that he's really fighting corruption. Let's not get it twisted. Let's hear your take. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.